Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to give you guys the one factor that actually determines how big and how fast you're able to manifest your desires, no matter how big these might be, no matter how impossible they may feel to you, no matter how removed they might feel from your current reality. And the reason why this one factor is so important is because it takes your manifesting to a much higher level. And when your consciousness is at such a higher level, then conscious manifesting also becomes a piece of cake. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So what is this one factor that determines how big and how fast you can manifest your desires, whatever these might be, and why is it so important? The factor is to what degree and to what extent you're identifying yourself with your I am, with your pure consciousness, with your unconditioned consciousness that contains all potentials, all possibilities, all realities, and is capable of bringing them into the material world, into your 3D experience, into the world of your senses. And of course, the reason why this factor is so important is because the less you identify with your I am, with your pure consciousness, with who you are at your core, the more limitations you recognize for yourself. The more you get stuck on the 3D circumstances. The more you find yourself unable to go beyond and past the 3D circumstances. And the more you accept yourself as someone who is disempowered, as someone who is helpless, as someone who is even hopeless, perhaps, in changing their situation, whatever that might be. And so your reality that you experience is limited by the world of your senses. It's limited by your 3D. It's limited by your circumstances. It's limited by your past, or perhaps even your fears about the future. It's limited by what other people said or did or didn't say or didn't do. It's limited by other people's opinions. It's limited by collective beliefs. It's limited by your social conditioning. You see where I'm getting at? The less you recognize yourself to be one with the one consciousness that we all share, the less you recognize yourself to be pure, unconditioned consciousness at your core, the more limited you accept to be, the more limitations you accept in your reality, the more obstacles and hindrances you accept in your 3D. And as such, the harder you make your manifestations. On the other hand, if you're identifying with your I am, with your core unconditioned consciousness as who you truly are in your core, the less all the things that I just mentioned matter to you. Your circumstances don't even bother you. They don't even touch you. In many cases, they may not even manifest in the first place because you're not identified with them, you're not triggered by them. They don't bother you in any way. And what tends to happen in the 3D is what doesn't bother us doesn't really tend to manifest. So the more you're identified with your I am, with your true self, with your true consciousness, the less you're going to care about things that happened in the past. The less you're going to care about the old story. The less limited you're going to see yourself, both in terms of your personal limitations and also limitations that you may perceive as being posed by your circumstances. If you are identified with your I am to a high degree and to a high extent, you are not going to care about things like distance, space, time, or time that has elapsed, or time that may pass until you have your manifestation, circumstances, conditions, situations, other people's opinions, other people's beliefs, factors of social conditioning, or how things have always been done this way. And in a nutshell, you're not going to be seeing anything as insurmountable, as impossible, or even very hard. And when that happens, you will see how things start flowing in as if by magic. And how easy and effortless and natural your manifestations become because you yourself have removed your limitations from your consciousness. In other words, you're not conscious of any particular limitations. You're not aware of any particular limitations. You don't see any reason why your desires will not come true. And because everything you see and experience follows your consciousness, all your manifested experiences follow your consciousness, your 3D experience is going to match that. And it's going to show you that, yes, it's that easy, it's that effortless, it's that natural. There are no circumstances, or if they are, they don't even matter. The past doesn't matter, distance doesn't matter, time doesn't matter, space doesn't matter, and so on. So you see then why this one factor of how much you are identifying with your true self, with your I am, with your pure consciousness, determines how fast things come into your life, and how big the things that you are able to manifest in your life also are. If you're at a very, very high level, very, very advanced level, you might even start manifesting what the average person considers a miracle. And to you, it's not a miracle, it's just where your consciousness is. And you realize that you are one with your I am, you are one with one consciousness, you are one with source, you're one with the whole universe. You realize that this is the kind and the magnitude of the power that you possess. And as such, nothing troubles you anymore. Nothing seems like a big problem anymore, or a problem at all. Nothing seems like a circumstance worthy of bothering you. Nothing seems like an obstacle. Nothing seems impossible. And this is, you guys, when you start manifesting miracles and seemingly impossible things into your life. Even things that are huge that most other people would consider impossible or undoable or super hard and so on. So in your conscious manifesting journey, this is what you're seeking to identify with. You're seeking to be identified with your I am to the highest possible degree and to the highest possible extent that you can manage. I am aware that this is a journey. I am aware that the progress is usually gradual and can be incremental. I am aware that this change does not usually happen overnight. It usually does take a little bit of a journey. However, I'm not saying this to discourage you. Instead, I'm saying this to encourage you to start thinking along the lines of, I am one with my I am. I am one with one consciousness. I have infinite inner creative power. My consciousness determines my manifested experiences in the 3D. Even if you're just starting out, there is no reason why you should not start training yourself to be thinking and building your faith along those lines. And the more you identify with your I am, with your unconditioned consciousness, the higher you're going to find yourself in terms of your manifesting power. And the bigger the things are going to be that you're able to manifest, and the faster they're usually going to be coming into your life. In some cases, you guys, even instantly. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.